Greetings, denizens of the tri-state area. Jacob Weil here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And Dragon, I know we're going to do today. We're going to activate the Recap-inator and discuss my favorite cartoon, Phineas and Ferb. That's right, in honor of the 15th anniversary and in preparation for the upcoming revival, I'm guiding Blue Dragon 5 here through the series, experiencing his reactions, watching it for the first time, and reliving my summer memories throughout the years. Today's episodes are She's the Mayor and The Lemonade Stand. So Candace becomes mayor. How you coming down on this one?
This is a fun episode. This is a very solid episode. I love the Doofenshmirtz plot of this one.
Yep.
And I mean, tangentially, I like how the Candace plot kind of tease up the Doofenshmirtz plot. Yeah, so I thought this one flowed pretty well, was pretty solid, and I mean, it's kind of been a long time coming with the Stacy side of it.
Yep,
no, I'm sorry. I'm jumping to the next one with the Stacy one, but we'll get there. I'm like, in general, this week seemed pretty strong.
Yeah, Stacy, what wasn't this episode?
I do like what we do with Stacy in this episode, though. I will note that, but I was thinking more. In general, it's been a good week for Stacy. Let's just say that much. It's been a good week.
You can never have enough of Kelly Who, right?
Who? Kelly!
Yes, Kelly. Indeed.
The second best Kelly ever.
And who was the first one again?
Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly, right.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Gene Kelly.
No, never go wrong with Gene Kelly.
Before we move on, we actually have some comments from Code Geass. We got a pair of two great memorable episodes. Carl, Carl says, "Sir, can you please be nicer to me? I'm not nice enough to give you a pay cut. You don't pay me. I'll pay you less than nothing if you keep talking." And he's already an unpaid intern. The more Stacy, the better. And he says, "I only know Gene Kelly because he danced with Jerry once."
Well, also the Muppets, Code Geass. He sung with at least 3 iconic Muppets.
Which one? When was he in? What episode of the Muppet Show was that?
Well, technically, Disney Plus has the order jacked up, but the way it's supposed to go is Gene Kelly's actually in the last episode of the Muppet Show.
Oh, nice.
And it's actually a really good finale when you think about it. Well, it's not like a finale, but there's a running theme of finality, but also there's kind of a loving homage to Singing in the Rain, so there is kind of a Hollywood finality to it as well.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Considering that's probably Gene Kelly's most famous role.
Well, yeah, but it's like Gene Kelly, years after Singing in the Rain, like roughly 20 years after Singing in the Rain, I want to approximate. Maybe 10 to 20 years at that point.
Nice.
Probably 20. Yeah,
Nice.
Let's just say 20.
Aqua Ted says, "When you're talking about best Kellys, we're talking about Kelly Osbourne."
No! Come on, no! I don't even know if she's the top 5.
Well, we do see that Kelly Osbourne in this show, though.
True.
Imagine if Doof finally strikes at his brother when the show returns. All right, then. Okay, so as it turns out, Candace ends up winning the Mayor for a Day contest.
Yes, so the Mayor for a Day contest was an essay contest, and she won purely because it was misinterpreted as a metaphor for their time.
Yeah, it's like why my brother should be busted. Somehow that got interpreted as a metaphor. Either that or it was Roger's excuse to foist it onto her.
Well, he was going to do that with anyone who won, though. He was just going to foist on, just be a mayor so he could play a game of golf. That's ultimately Roger Doofenshmirtz's, his plot is, really, for this whole Mayor for a Day contest.
Yeah, basically.
Also, you do have to... You have to wonder, though, Danvers really has, a thing for the whole pioneering town, apparently. It's really, they're going to turn, no matter what winning essay was, to a metaphor for the pioneering spirit of the town.
Seems that way, yeah. Especially considering the end of the episode.
Yeah. We need to bust our brothers.
Speaking of brothers.
See, I wonder if on some... Here, this is a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It does feel like it should have been Roger Doofenshmirtz liked the whole bust your brothers thing because it relates to. Well, sorry, Roger Doofenshmirtz should have liked it because it kind of relates to the whole relationship with Heinz. In retrospect, you might have, you know.
Like, who knows? Maybe he doesn't know about his brother being evil or something. I don't know.
Wait. He knows he's evil, right? He
Like, well,
knows he's evil.
Charlene doesn't know he's evil.
Oh, well, that's Charlene though. She's not. She's his brother.
I don't know, or maybe Roger just doesn't care.
That's the thing. I think Roger just doesn't care because remember they had the whole thing where Doofenshmirtz
Yeah.
took over the town. He had him over there.
Took over the town.
Yeah, in quotes.
Yep, it's like under the guise of planning their mother's birthday.
We're not here to plan our mother's birthday. Then I'm out of here, Heinz.
Speaking of which, speaking of having always good to see. It's always good to see John O'Hurley as well.
I love John O'Hurley, so I'm always delighted when he shows up.
Like, what was your reaction when either I first told you about him or you first heard his voice in this show?
I heard the voice is like, yes, John O'Hurley. I love him in Seinfeld, love him in SpongeBob. He's delightful.
He was only that King Neptune like once, right?
No, twice.
I mean, I know the other one was Jeffrey Tambor, but
yeah, you're right. I'm saying like on TV, when they brought back King Neptune, like not kind of the movie, it was John O'Hurley coming back.
Oh, nice! That must have been like in a newer episode or something.
Yeah, that was like in a newer episode. But you're right, though. Classically, we had him in one episode. But seriously, I've never really done like a big ranking of the SpongeBob episodes, but I don't know if that one might be one of my favorites. I do love the big the King Neptune fry cook competition episode.
Yeah, I forget the name.
It's like a Sword in the Stone parody with it, like the spatula in the grease.
Yeah, but I forget the name of the actual episode.
I think it's like the spatula in the grease. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I don't think that's not the name of the episode.
It's close though. It's close to something like that.
It's not the golden spatula either.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't know.
It's like I remember like your reward shall be great. Behold!
You have Tom Kenny in the shower.
Yeah.
Well, depending who you ask.
It's like, well, clearly Tom doesn't see it that way.
No.
It's like whoopsie. So I wonder if that's why, like, since Dan worked on that show, Dan Swamby worked on that show. That's why they brought him for this.
I wonder, maybe. Do you think he worked on that episode?
I don't think Dan did specifically on that episode. It's like I have no idea.
Well, you tell me. Has Pavenmeyer ever, like in his little video things, has he ever mentioned like being a huge Seinfeld fan? Like has he ever talked about the whole John O'Hurley casting?
I don't think he's never read. As far as I can tell, he's never brought that up. But speaking of which, Dan actually did upload a video today regarding Madam Web. Like regarding that's like he's like he had no desire to see it, but like the universally bad reception. He's like I wonder if there's like some kind of marketing campaign to get people to see it.
That's a fair point. I gotta tell you, man. From what I'm hearing, it's like confirming every first instinct I have about that film.
He heard the negative reception. He's like, I wonder if it's like intentional to get people to see it.
What the best response I saw to the Madam Web movie was? Like it was brilliant. Whoever did this, it was like it's kind of like a meme sort of thing. Like, well, not like a meme, but basically people are showing the clip around as like a response to the Madam Web movie. I think it's just utterly perfect.
Yeah,
a no-brainer, but it's like yes. They pulled the clip from the Spider-Man animated series where Peter Parker's he's chewing out Madam Web. But it's like a big scene from that show where Christopher Daniel Barnes he's going big, man. He's going Shakespearean on her. And he's laying in the Madam Web. He's just sick and tired of her. And he's just yelling at her. And so just basically it's like taking like, how does Spider-Man feel about the Madam Web movie? And then cut to that clip. With basically Spider-Man saying, and I never want to see you again. And that's just,
Yep, that seems like That seems like the general reaction to that.
Like, I've had it with you, Madam Web. Your supreme arrogance. He's just laying into her. Yeah.
Christopher Daniel Barnes was an underrated Spider-Man.
Oh God, he's again until Josh Keaton came around, he was the definitive Spider-Man animation.
He's like more the adult Spider-Man, whereas Josh Keaton's more the teenage Spider-Man.
Exactly. That's there you go.
And Aquatad confirmed Neptune Spatula. That is the name of the
Maybe.
episode.
There you go. I thought that's a question mark though. It might be a guess.
No, and I just confirmed the wiki. It is Neptune Spatula.
Huzzah!
John O'Hurley apparently also voiced a character in Duck Dodgers, Captain Star Johnson.
That tracks.
I didn't actually know that.
There's the opening theme to the Duck Dodgers show is amazing.
Tom Jones.
Yeah.
Duck Dodgers. Love it.
20 years in a 1/2 century.
And the Flaming Lips too. They did the background music.
Yeah. How great a design was the Martian Queen from Duck Dodgers?
It was pretty good. Not gonna lie. No wonder Commander had a thing for her.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. He's not that crazy.
Everything else he is, but she had a thing for the duck.
I still think maybe we want to, in hindsight, we might want to consider doing one of those episodes for Haunted Holiday Hijinks.
Which one?
There's this episode always stuck with me. I never. It's basically it's like vampires, but they suck fat. They don't suck blood.
It's like, oh, what about the FUD? Would we cover that one?
I don't remember the FUD. What's the FUD about?
It's the parody. It's the Halo parody where a parasite modeled after Elmer Fudd takes over everyone's mind.
Ooh.
In an invasion to aid himself in an invasion of the sun.
That's not bad. It's not a bad idea. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying the other one literally has a vampire in it, so I think maybe I might trounce the other one, at least for the first go around. But I'll mark. We'll look into it.
And I think it's just straight up called the FUD. I might have to look into it.
The FUD.
Yeah, it's like the flood from Halo.
Well, yeah.
All right. Back to the episode at hand.
Yes. So, Candace is mayor. She's sitting behind the big desk for a day, a little photo op, and Stacy is her assistant because she let
Melanie take the day off with pay.
No, the week off with pay, and that's what yeah. I'm out. Peace.
Yep.
So Candace, she's gone mad with power.
Yep. She basically lets it immediately go to her head.
As Stacy, I love that Stacy's there in an instant and has the whole get up and everything like this. That cracked me up.
It's it was like Stacy it was something she dreamed of doing. It was yep, I'm here.
All right, so let's see some of the many power mad things that Candace is doing, creating all these laws and or mayoral kind of dictations of she has a task force to help Buster Brothers. She's making everything pretty with paints and flowers and rainbows and crap.
Shopping.
The mayor gets free stuff, gets free clothes, free makeovers.
Obviously, and a free band.
Yep. My favorite is that her face is on the $3 bill. That's my favorite.
Yep. I mean, if there's a $2 bill, I guess there could be a 3.
Yeah.
It probably only works in Danville, though.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Meanwhile, inspired by the speech, Phineas and Ferb actually decide to build an old-timey mining town without any modern technology.
This is kind of funny. Admittedly, I don't think it's much of a knee slapper, but it's kind of funny. It's the idea of the boys, they build a pioneer town, the pioneer way, which is with hand tools and everything. So
it's just more of a juxtaposition of what they usually do. They usually build these high-end, ultra-powerful machines, but now they're just sweating it out using regular tools to build a town.
So that's the thing that I love that they kind of acknowledge. One, it's at some point you imagine they would have had to have tried this at least once. So this is the time, and at the end of it's yeah, we didn't like it either.
It's
They just abandon it completely. Let's just go inside, like the air conditioning inside, and have some snacks.
It's like, let's never do this again.
Yeah. The old coot's happy as a clam.
Yep. And of course, what about the cattle wrestlers? Not rustlers, wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's like, pin me in, pin me in. It's like, I think they missed a few steps there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so, I know what you're dying to talk about in this episode. The golf.
Yes, let's talk the Doofenshmirtz brothers golf game.
It's like, obviously, Heinz, Doofenshmirtz himself doesn't want to be there. And clearly neither does Roger, but...
Oh, no, Roger wants to golf. He doesn't want to golf with his brother, but he wants to golf.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
He's an elected official, Jacob. Elected officials, golf.
Yep. Anyway... It's like the traffic was terrible, and I spent most of this morning not caring about being punctual for a golf game. Oh God! And of course, he has his caddy named Katie, and who should show up as Doof's caddy, but Perry.
Perry the catty.
Yeah, he doesn't realize that until later, though. It's like you look familiar. Your platypus-like beak.
Yep. Anyways, and then we have this cake delivered wonderfully by John O'Hurley. You can't be teed off.
Once you've teed off. And
it's
like, what? Who says that?
Those guys over there. And we see like these creepy shining-esque twins that are saying like, you can't get teed off once you've teed off. And they always have this great John O'Hurley delivery.
Creepy, huh? I've been trying to ditch those guys all day.
Trying to ditch those guys all day.
I love this. I mean, it does no context, and you never see those guys again.
One of my favorite John O'Hurley things. John O'Hurley could never miss in Seinfeld. Let's just say one of my favorite stories with J. Peterman was the antique cake. Okay, so there was this very valuable piece of cake that he was basically going to like auction off to like a high bidder. He's gonna have a pastry appraisal guy come by. I know this sounds silly, but that's what it was. This was late stage Seinfeld. They went a little sillier in the last two seasons, but essentially, it's this cake. And just hearing John O'Hurley speak so regally and just he thinks he's gotten like a great deal once Elaine screwed everything up. I won't tell you how, it's priceless. So Elaine just screwed everything up. and basically he's like Mr. Lubeck. And he's talking about this guy like he's glowing about the pastry here. It's like like Lubeck knows his he's a pastry appraisal lane. Stay here and watch him do this. It's like 219. 219. Aha! You've just made me a fortune, Lubeck. And he's just like, no, $2.19. It's like, it's like this is an Entenmann's. You mean for like, did they have a castle in Windsor? It's just like, no, they have a case down the aisle. God. Anyway, I'm not doing any justice. Just watch the like type in like Seinfeld cake or Elaine cake or J. Peterman cake. It'll be hilarious.
I'll check that out. I just remembered Don O'Hurley also was Phantom Blood in the House of Mouse.
Yes, that's a great one too. Honestly, that was always my favorite version of the Phantom Blood.
The Phantom Rainbow. Oh yeah, I love that. John O'Hurley's great.
He is.
That's basically a summation of this whole thing. John O'Hurley's great.
We love John O'Hurley. We would vote for John. If John O'Hurley's running for mayor, would you vote for him?
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on where he was running for mayor, though.
Okay, well, even if you were running in California, would you vote for him?
Maybe.
Would you mail in a vote?
Possibly.
Okay, there you go.
But unfortunately, he's not in my jurisdiction, and I'm registered to vote all the way out.
Well, you can still send in the vote. It won't count, but you can still send it in.
It's like, Like, okay, we have a vote for him, and it doesn't count because because it was in Ohio. So
It's a nice gesture, though. So, oh man, he's got the Ohio vote.
yes, this guy who knows nothing of our local politics voting for this.
You know, he's making waves. He's getting the Ohio vote.
Yeah, it's like he knows nothing of our local politics. Like, but appreciate the gesture. Anyway.
All right, so John O'Hara's political career aside.
Yeah. Non-existent political career aside.
Well, not yet. Not yet.
Currently non-existent.
He's a young man, Jacob. He can do anything.
Wait, how old is he?
No, he's not a young man, but that's my point. Like, he can still do anything.
He's 69 years old.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he's born in 54.
Listen, I think he had like prematurely like grays to whitening hair, so it always threw me off age-wise on him.
Well, he looks like he still has gray hair.
Yeah. He's a good-looking man, that John O'Hurley.
Silver fox, as they call it, right?
Well, I guess, but you know, he looks really good.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
obviously, Doofenshmirtz himself does not want to be there. So it's like, so his golf bag is actually the Accelerator-nator, which was alluded to earlier at the OWCA sauna.
Yep. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
the Alka sauna. Should we discuss? Do we?
Okay.
Because it was Carl's idea.
It's like, well, it wasn't really Carl's idea. It was like you have to use it three times. We lose 3 times a month, or we lose privileges.
Jacob, we both know it was Carl's idea.
Even there's no indication that it was Carl's fault. It was Carl's fault.
You know, monogram behind the scenes. It's like, well, Carl, we need to choose a new meeting place. Where which Alka outpost should we pick this time to do the debrief?
The sauna.
Sauna. I mean, it's gonna get really hot in there.
Well, saunas are actually pretty nice, actually.
Oh yeah, but still, it's gonna be hot and sweaty and everything.
All right, but should I bring it up?
I mean, do you feel it's necessary? You want to do it?
And maybe not. I mean, it's not. Saunas are relaxing, so maybe it was a nice change of pace. Like maybe Monogram relaxed in there.
Yeah.
Especially, and it seemed like Agent W enjoyed it too.
Well, yeah.
It's like the Agent Whale.
Do you think whales like the heat at all?
I mean, no idea. Depends on where they swim in the ocean, I guess.
I don't think whales like heat. I don't think that's for them.
Well, I'm sure they don't enjoy being too cold either.
Hey.
I mean, I'm not a whale expert, so I don't know. Dang it,
Carl. We're not marine biologists.
Dang it, Carl, for once you made a good choice. Yes. And during our recent debate actually reminded me of something.
Yeah?
We missed a Carl on our Carl list.
Which Carl?
Big mean Carl.
Oh! Well, we were looking for animated Carls, though.
I know, but...
look, if you want to be a big stickler, I mean, puppetry is like, it's moving, so it's kind of animated, but, you know.
Okay, so he's exempt then.
Yeah.
He's exempt, I guess.
Yeah, that's the main reason. Like we don't have any live action Carl. They're all animated Carls.
Was he ever in Muppet Babies?
No. And
neither Muppet Babies.
I don't know if he's in the new one, but
all right. I was just saying that could be a loophole, but
I mean, you can look into it. I don't think it is.
I don't care. All right. I don't really care. But so yeah, like he built the Accelerator-nator into his golf bag, which is a pretty nifty design. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it.
Yep.
It's the fact that Perry's been hauling in a nator the whole time.
Yep. And technically, Perry really doesn't even do anything to stop it this episode. Well, I mean, he actually causes a bit of a problem more than he actually solves one.
That he does.
It's like
only. I love, by the way, that Roger has like the attractive caddy, and Heinz is stuck with the platypus.
Well, I mean, naturally.
I don't know. It just kind of like when you look at this image here, you just look at the lineup. It just kind of tells you everything you need to know about the set of characters.
Yeah, it's like what kind of company they attract.
Yep.
It's like he gets the Nice young lady. Roger gets the nice young lady. Doofenshmirtz gets the platypus.
Let's take a moment to appreciate some fashion, Jacob.
Yeah,
These are some well-dressed people here.
that they are.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think
Doofenshmirtz is
Doofenshmirtz?
wearing a ridiculous golf hat, mind you. But aside from that,
Do you think he pulls off the pink and purple?
pink and purple.
I mean, Heinz Doofenshmirtz. Do you think he pulls off the pink and purple?
Well, he's not wearing pink. It's all purple.
I mean, that top is like so light purple. It's close to being pink.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's like a light purple. I don't think it's like pink at all. But fair point. But I think I don't know. I think purple looks good on him. I just think he's wearing the age-old silly golf hat though. It's like the old like the one little poofy thing on top.
like the stereotypical Scottish golf.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, like we know one golfer who would absolutely approve of this look.
Who?
Duff Gilligan.
Yep, Duff Gilligan, the world's most dangerous golfer.
Yes.
That's who he. That's who you bet. Yep. I mean, who else is the world's most dangerous golfer? I mean, how more dangerous can you be at golf than Duff Gilligan?
There's a Tiger Woods joke in there somewhere, but I'm gonna let the ball land where it may.
Is it gonna reach par?
You never know.
Hey, I can make golf puns too, Dragon.
I mean, Happy Gilmore was kind of dangerous. I mean, he was good. He was a good guy, but he killed Chubbs.
He doesn't play golf; he destroys golf.
He does. He does.
That's in fact the tagline for the movie.
It's a good tagline. It's accurate.
Yeah, he's not very good at it. At least he wasn't. At least he wasn't until Chubbs came along.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Chubbs in that movie because he get killed in the dumbest way possible. Hilariously dumb, but still just like it's like literally given a gift that he falls out like an oversized like Amanda show window.
Oh God. But still, all right. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
Certainly, I mean, that's we're bringing up fondly. It's just still. It's like
I know. I'm just saying. It's only appropriate.
Yes.
So as Perry and Doofenshmirtz start to go at it, it's like Candace mobilizes her task force to get Linda, who is starting to believe that this entire summer she's been coming home for metaphors. It's like she pulls her and Lawrence. They pull her and Lawrence into a limo. It was like I could get used to this.
Linda getting summoned in style for a change.
Yep. And a big bust. It's like, and something quite surprising happens, Dragon.
Dolly Parton walks out. No.
That would be surprising, yes.
She walks out from behind the curtain like, oh, that's why she's there. That's what Candace has been talking about all this time. Okay.
Dolly Parton would have been a good guest for this show, nothing.
Yeah.
Listen, so the surprising thing is, she sees the town they built. Linda actually sees what they've done.
This is huge. She sees it. She sees the boys are about to be busted. There's an apology to Candace. She finally like Phineas Ferb. It's like, oh God, you're on the edge of your seat. Like it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Like we're in the midst of the busting. All she has, like the boys are summoned. Hapless fools that they are.
Yep. Like they're inside, like cooling off, playing games or something.
Yeah.
And then they're called out. Like you are so. And then
we hit the reset button, and the scuffle with Doofenshmirtz. Again, the fact is, Doofenshmirtz is Accelerate-inator.
Runs on quantum physics, basically.
But pretty much, basically, it's a harmless inator, and nothing really wrong going on. He's just fast forwarding the boring game because he hates golf. The only problem is that in using it, it threatens to tear apart the fabric of space-time.
But he says it's worth it because it's golf.
But it's golf, so it's totally worth it.
I suck at putt, and I'm not good at regular golf. But even then, I don't think I'd threaten the existence of space-time to speed up a game of golf.
Here's the thing, okay? I'm enamored with putt.
I mean, I love putt putt. I just suck at it.
Well, no, this is what I'm saying. Like, putt-putt's like it's like the achievable golf. The best form. Here's the putt-putt I always wanted to try.
I mean, I remember why you loved their putt putt course.
Yeah.
The ones that the boys built.
Mm-hmm.
But go on.
I see an indoor. I'd love an indoor putt-putt course because I hate doing things outdoors.
It's like that putt putt course from Kids Next Door would be right up your alley.
Yeah.
You're the Great Putinsky or whatever his name is.
God.
Oh, I think it was Rob. I think it actually was Rob Paulson. I think.
So often is the answer. It was Rob Paulson.
I think it was him. I'm not entirely sure.
See, I just kind of want to go on a Kids Next Door tangent because I keep thinking of like one of like recently I was watching. There are two clips from Codename Kids Next Door. I'm always find myself watching like the two go-to clips for me. They're both kind of pathos or just kind of awesome filled.
Okay.
Okay, from Operation Zero, the big finale
The
movie.
movie.
Like not the finale to the series, but basically the movie that's kind of the finale to the.
I remember that's like one of the biggest things when that came out.
Yeah. The moment from that whole movie I could watch endlessly is when the grandfather he like tosses he tosses his father to he tosses him aside he's like glowing about Monty and you have Jeff Bennett because we reveal like
He's
father's
like,
like
you big jerk!
Oh, the way Maurice LaMarche comes in, like the transition from Jeff Bennett to Maurice LaMarche, and he's doing like he's always been doing like a Kirk Douglas. That's always what the father. It's basically Maurice LaMarche doing Kirk Douglas.
I was like, now you've made me angry.
Very, very, very. Phooey.
Forget
Always like just the big like, oh my god, we were building to the coolest moment ever, like an Avengers Endgame moment. Like, what if Cap was about to catch the hammer and then I fumbled. I missed it. It was what Thor just walked in front of and just caught the hammer. That's essentially what that is.
It's like you are not worthy, Cap.
It's like, no, it's like Cap is worthy. He summoned it, and Thor was like, I got that for you.
He's like, nope, I'll take
I'm
that.
awake. I'm awake. I got it now. I got it.
It's like, forget it.
So there's that, and also more obscure Kids Next Door poll. Do you remember Moosk, the Jim Cummings kind of
the adult that Nigel befriends who wants to kill the ties?
Yes, I love that episode, and I love that character, and I gotta tell you, man, one of the most awesome pathos-filled moments from Codename Kids Next Door, which is everything to do with Phineas and Ferb. I know, just bear with me. Just the moment where you have the big sacrificial moment where he goes down, he takes out the big tie queen, and you have number one. It's like everyone's like all the ties die Phantom Menace style, and like number four is gonna like, whoa, who was that? And you just have this awesomely stoic, very like always number one doing like a lot of Jean-Luc Picard stuff on Codename Kids Next Door. I love when he does this kind of stuff. He says like, a comrade.
Yeah.
Comrade.
Oh yeah.
Just yes.
I remember that episode, Dragon.
Oh god, I love that moment so much.
It's like I remember Moosk. Jim Cummings is doing a Russian accent.
Yes. Anywho,
Moosk. Of course I remember. How could you watch Kids Next Door and not remember Moosk?
Yeah. Also, one more real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, the big number four is just making a hissy fit. Why are we saving that Lizzie girl? No, they're not Lizzie. Sorry, the name was something else, but it was something similar to Lizzie. Lizzie's number one's girlfriend in the show. Yeah. But the point being, if I remember, voiced by Great Lyles. But
yeah.
Anyway, there was like the family. Oh god. Anyway, so this is like the Fountain of Youth episode.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
There was this other girl,
Leaky Leona.
That's it, Leaky Leona. That's the one. So Leona, she, they're going to say her number four is doesn't get it, and this is like, why do we have to save what was it, Leaky what?
Leaky Leona anyway, and then he's like, And then
Number 5 says, like, the last time number 5 didn't help a kid and being held by delightful children, they did something she could never forget.
What happened? They made me bald.
Oh God! Just like you feel that moment, like wow.
And then that shuts number 4 up.
Yes.
He's like, that means he realizes the seriousness of what just happened.
I think we've just lost all the Phineas and Ferb fans right now, just completely.
So we do need to talk more about Kids Next Door, though.
We do.
We discussed it a couple times on this show. I think we did a couple times for hijinks, but
yes,
and I'm sure you probably did the Christmas episode for shenanigans.
Yes, we did.
Good Christmas special, by the way.
Oh yeah.
But,
okay.
But you have the fabric of time rewinds to before there, and an alien that popped out during the time rewind, and Doofenshmirtz. Remember, like Doofenshmirtz and producing some crazy fights during the time rewinding. It's like the alien destroys the machine, causing another ripple, and Roger's about to announce the winner of the competition. The old coot.
Yep, and Candace, I was robbed.
Yep. She has no idea how much she was robbed. Cosmically, she has no idea how much she was robbed.
God, you know, Candace would absolutely be institutionalized if she discovered, imagine. See, let's do a minute. Well, here's the thing. Should I save it for when we actually really need to do it in the next episode, or should we do a little bit of it now?
I mean, we don't have to go full gritty reboot. We can just talk about it, I guess.
Okay, let's just talk about it, and then we'll do the full one, the next one. So just imagine this: Candace gets caught up in almost like an interstellar plot of just she eventually unravels like space time and she figures out how it works and everything, like the girl in the movie. and basically she realizes I did bust them.
Yep.
But again, she realizes this cosmically, like, no, I had him. I was robbed.
Yep. Like she would. I was like, it's a good thing she doesn't remember because she would be livid.
Yeah.
But in the actual episode, she's like, I was robbed.
Do you think it was a missed opportunity in Back to the Future that we never paid off the whole space-time continuum kind of caving in on itself if two people were to meet each other, themselves in the timeline?
It is kind of odd, yeah, but then again, we wouldn't have gotten the two Biffs.
True, that's a fair point. I'm saying, no, we've had it happen twice, and there were no consequences. That's my point. It's the fact that we said there was a chance of it happening. We kind of saw him get lucky twice, but we never saw had Marty actually met himself, you have to wonder what might have happened.
No idea.
I always thought, here's the thing, by no means am I saying we need to truly revisit Back to the Future. Because again, we've already done that. We did the game. The game was enough. Did the ride in the game. That's all we really need to do. I'm not saying I need to remake it, but it does make you want to, though.
I never got to go on the ride.
Well, you can still watch the ride on YouTube.
I know.
Yeah. Plus, it's on the Blu-ray too. It's even actually it's the best experiences if you get the Blu-ray because you get all the pre-show and the ride, like the high quality, and it's all.
I'll have to get the Blu-ray then.
Yeah, or honestly, do it better than I did, Jay. What you want to do, get the complete box set. You get the complete. I don't have. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but there is the complete. There's the complete box set, which basically has the entire Back to the Future animated series. You have all 3 films. You have the ride, and plus all the features. Which even on DVD, you had like a chock full of great features. You have all that, and best part. Technically, there was a short film made that Christopher Lloyd did that essentially it's him playing Doc Brown again. It's like I don't know if it's like a 5-minute short or whatnot, but essentially it's like they did like an official continuation of Back to the Future as a short. That's Christopher Lloyd.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, get that, man.
I'll have to find that. I'm not really interested in the animated series, but.
No, so I'm just saying. Here's the thing: if you get a collection of the trilogy, they give you a few episodes of the animated series. You might as well just get the thing to get them all, get everything.
All right.
I don't think it's too much either. I don't think it's like maybe it's like $30. So I don't think it's
It's
like,
not bad for 3 movies.
and the whole series, and plus you get the main reason I emphasize that, Jake, is because you get that shore is only exclusive, that you can't find it online anywhere. It's only on that disc set apparently.
Dang it, Universal.
Yeah.
It's a this Tom says it's a space-time continuum resetting after a game of golf is something straight out of regular show.
Yeah.
I love all these tangents about unrelated cartoons.
Well, at least you're doing something right for someone.
It's like, well, I mean, they do start off tangentially related, but then they go off on their own tangents.
Yep.
Like I said, I only brought up Kids Next Door because of the whole mini golf aspect of that one episode.
Yep. All right. Anywho, yeah. So Candace got robbed, and then we're into the next episode.
Yep. Two Candace episodes this week, technically. The lemonade.
Aren't they all Candace episodes at the end of the day?
In a way, but there are episodes where she has more focus on her than others.
Yep.
Like in this one, the lemonade stand. The boys just open a simple lemonade stand, which obviously goes way bigger than anyone anticipates. So, Dragon, how you coming down on the lemonade stand?
Yeah, this is a fun one. This one had the inevitability of, like, Stacy's gonna get fed up with Candace doing her thing all the time, and this is the inevitable, like, story they gotta at least try once. And also, I was excited hearing we are gonna do a lemonade stand because I just love the idea of the boys getting, like, doing this mundane things. The lemonade stand. How can they judge this one up?
Yeah, you're a sucker for mundanity, I remember.
Oh yeah.
So, and of course it starts off as relatively mundane, but then obviously it balloons into something much bigger.
Yep. So Candace, she's fed up with the boys just like doing their usual thing. They're about to build something large and impractical, and she's like just asking, "Can't you just do something normal like a lemonade stand?"
It's like, well, it was like Ferb's apparently long-winded argument about building a monorail to Mars.
Yep.
Which would be cool, by the way. But
of course, I mean, one, monorails are cool too. I mean, Mars.
Yep. I mean, two inherently cool things.
I mean, Jacob, he was going to build a monorail to go to a defunct grocery store. Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking, but yeah, I mean that's impressive. He's gonna traverse like relevancy to by proxy of a monorail. I mean that's amazing.
Mars? What department store is named Mars?
No, defunct like a defunct grocery store.
Oh, like that.
Like Mars is like a grocery. Mars is a grocery store. At least they used to be, and then they've kind of renamed it. But yeah,
that doesn't sound familiar to me.
I don't know. I thought Mars might have been more of a larger because they had like they had merchandise and everything. It made me think maybe it was. It might have been entirely local. I don't know if it's local or my neck of the woods or not, but I don't know. I could have sworn Mars was maybe a brand that like went a little more nationally.
No,
well, the point is, it's not around anymore. But they used to have like a little green alien like mascot and everything. It was cute.
I can't even find anything about it on the internet.
Really? Nothing like Mars grocery store? Nothing?
Not really.
That's crazy. Okay.
I mean, at least not barely anything that I can look into right now without being, going off on a tangent.
Anyway, my point being, hey, grocery store named Mars, not like the planet Mars. Okay, so.
But yeah, Candace, like, can't you just do something normal for a change? Like with like a lemonade stand or picking your nose or something?
Is that a nose picking machine, Ferb?
And then he like sheepishly puts it down. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, of all the things though, is a nose picking machine really necessary?
Nope. It's laziness.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you know how even Malcolm says, right?
What does he say?
Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. I mean, I mangled that quote.
Yeah.
You were spending so much time thinking if you could do something, you never stopped to think if you should.
Yeah.
And I think a nose picking machine definitely falls into that. Unless you're like a person who only has who has no arms and someone doesn't want to pick their nose for them. Either that you just can't walk a couple feet to wash your hands.
Yep.
And so having already built the nose picking machine, they instead decided to do a lemonade stand.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Candace ends up having a falling out with Stacy.
Yeah, so you just over the paranoia that the boys have, they have protractors.
It's like, oh no, we've been planning this trip for 3 weeks. That's like 4 months in teenage years.
So it's basically Stacy lays out the ultimatum: her or busting.
It's like, you're making me choose. A real friend would make me choose.
Now, the correct answer in any situation, always go with Kelly Who. It's very simple, okay?
Always go with your best friend.
Or just Kelly Who.
Especially if Kelly Who's your best friend.
Yes, that's the best of both worlds. It's 2 birds, 1 stone, or 2 birds, 1 who.
Yes. All right. So Stacy, having had enough, breaks it off.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna get back together at the end anyway.
I mean, Candace only has 4 friends, and one of them's like saving the pigeons, and one of them's Jeremy, who's essentially, even if they're not official yet.
And one of them's her mom.
Now, if her mom broke up with her, that'd be another thing.
Yep, and she doesn't have her dad or her brothers.
I have no daughter.
It's like, and then for some reason, Buford.
Candace Who. Wait a minute, I'm going to adopt Kelly Who as my new daughter.
And for some reason, she also has Buford in her contacts.
I like how that pays off, though.
Yep. Buford's a good listener. Well, then again, he's more of a talker than a listener.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like so. Of course, we see like the boys just doing like a simple lemonade stand. It's those are standard like wooden carve out, and all the wooden stands has a little faucet on there to dispense the lemonade. It's like, and the funny thing is, Dagon, did you ever set up a lemonade stand when you were a kid?
Part of me always wanted to, but no.
The funny thing is, like one of the things.
Why I wanted the lemonade stand, though? You know why?
Why did you want a lemonade stand?
Purely because it evoked Lucy's little therapy stand and Peanuts.
Therapy, 5 cents.
Yep, that was always such a charming idea. I love the idea that it's almost like kind of like Kevin Smith and kind of Clerk's idea of if you just have this little, it's like the fact that you have a little stand, and you have 2 chairs, and you're just hanging out with your friends, and just but you're all that's the dream right there.
It's like the thing is, Dragon, I was actually one of those kids who kind of did temporarily set up a lemonade stand with my older sister. And there's actually do have a funny story involving that. The Kool-Aid lemonade, right?
Yeah.
It's you're supposed to put it in there, put sugar in there and water and all that to make the lemonade.
Yeah.
And we did that, but one time when she was in charge of making it, but instead of putting sugar in there, she accidentally put flour in there.
Oh.
Yep, she accidentally put flour in the lemonade. Fortunately, nobody drank it.
Oh, thank goodness.
But she actually put flour in the lemonade.
Wait, so you realized this before anyone drank it? Was there one unlucky customer? Nothing?
No, I think it was we caught it before it was sold or something like that.
God, well, I can imagine the class action lawsuit on that one.
I mean, I don't think it'd be as bad as other stuff.
These children put flour in this lemonade.
Yeah. It's not. We're not as serious as the guy in this episode. It's yeah, lemonade. It's take that, orange juice.
No more for that guy.
Yep.
That was a really good joke.
It's especially it's more the delivery. Okay, no more for that guy. like, you know, Phineas is usually not negative or anything like that, but even he's like, okay, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
It's like lemonade in your face, orange juice. It's like that guy really likes lemonade.
They have like all the Florida residents being like, "Hey,
Like, I mean, I like orange juice too.
yeah.
Do you like orange juice?
Well, did you put flour in it?"
No.
I,
I get it.
I like orange soda, not orange juice.
I get my orange juice pre-squeezed.
Okay.
It's like, you know, I get it in a bottle, like Simply Orange or Dole or whatever.
Sure, whatever float your citrus boat, buddy.
Phineas is worried about having to deal with the competitive citrus beverage market.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, imagine like a limeade stand.
like that'd be your thing.
Yes. That's how I'm gonna that's how I'm gonna get a rung up on the corporate ladder there. It's gonna be the limeade stand. Not the lemon. Not the lemonade. The lemonade thing of the past. The people are gonna say, but isn't it the same thing? No, it's not the same thing. Look at this color.
It's green.
It's green, like money. Now pay up.
Like it's like, do they actually make limeade like that?
I have no idea.
As in, actually, Aquatet is even asking the same thing. Has anyone actually tried that?
I don't know. It's worth a shot.
A limeade stand. That's actually a good idea for like a. That's a good thing. That should be like a good cartoon idea.
I gotta be honest. I've always wanted to try lime Kool-Aid.
Do they actually make lime Kool-Aid?
I've never seen it in person, but I've seen it once. But it's like one of those things where I'm not gonna buy like the beverage on like Amazon or something. I don't want. It just doesn't. No, I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, if that's your only option, then that's probably the only way you can.
I'm trying to remember though if it was on Amazon or if it was on eBay, which clearly eBay's like that. That can't possibly. I don't know. I saw it somewhere on. I saw like a picture of it, so I know it exists. But aside from that, you have to like to mix it yourself. It's like no, I want to buy it. Like when I was a kid, I had like the Kool-Aid, like the red Kool-Aid in like the plastic little bottle thing.
With like the little things you pull off the top.
Exactly. Yes. And I could have sworn I saw a green one of those, which
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like those little like things that go on the side. You like twist it off, and you just like
yeah. As a kid, I always had those. Mine was like I don't know if it's just grade school. I think maybe grade school. I don't know if middle school had that as well. But definitely grade school. I had like the little Kool-Aid twisty knob thing. And I don't know. I looked into it once. I think I just seen like I don't know if it's just like the powder that gives you like the green stuff, or if they actually have it in like the bottle with the twist stuff. See, if they have it in the bottle with the twist stuff, I absolutely want that. I want to try it. I would love to try that.
It would be pretty interesting to try.
Yes.
And yeah, you can't get packages of it off of Amazon. But obviously,
yeah. Are you seeing it?
Yeah, I just saw lime Kool-Aid. It's at Amazon.com.
Is it in like the little tall bottle thing?
No, it looks like it's the mix.
See, that's what I mean. It's just the mix.
I'm not seeing any of the actual bottles. Do they even do those bottles anymore?
That's the thing. I haven't seen any.
Maybe they're trying
to cut. Makes me sad.
Maybe they're trying to cut down on the plastic.
Oh man.
I mean, maybe Walmart has them for all we know.
I've looked. They don't have them.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
But limeade pipe dreams aside.
Yes, so the Bill Lemonade stand, we reveal yet again the boys just there's something wrong with these kids that we always glaze over this. They are a little overachievers, and that's not a bad thing. It's the fact that guys, just a lemonade stand, and they build like an awesome look. It's awesome looking, okay? Yeah. It is a giant, awesome factory robot that squeezes the lemons and does all the stuff. But it just makes you wonder, like, these boys really can't do anything. Just like following the instructions, something simple. No, they got to go off the reservation. They got to overachieve.
There's actually an episode that kind of addresses that later on, where Phineas really wants to build something, but the circumstance at hand prevents him from doing so, and he slowly goes insane. It's like he has to exert his creativity or else.
And that's how he turned into Heinz Doofenshmirtz from a parallel dimension.
Oh God. But speaking of which, I love the big like how the giant robot has like a face and all that. It's like
Yeah, it's great.
you can actually see that kind of thing working in real life. Like that's what I like about like a lot of their like overall designs on the show, like the creation. Like you can actually if someone obviously they can't build it in a day, of course, but if someone dedicated enough time, they could probably make something like some of the stuff these boys do. As long as it's within reason, of course. Like obviously nobody can build like time machines and spaceships and stuff like. Well, people can build spaceships, but again, not in a day, or portals to Mars or anything like that.
Well, maybe if they apply themselves.
Well, true. Baljeet.
Yeah.
Like now we're
former early Baljeet.
He's like Dragon. Remember, we're on a have to remember he's on a turnaround.
He's on the rebound. Okay, I admit he's on the rebound.
Yep. Like, you got to give the.
He hasn't ticked me off yet.
Not anymore, anyway.
Not anymore. He hasn't ticked me off anymore. Early Baljeet though. Oh, that kid.
Forgive the Jeet.
Yeah.
So. I do love their robot design, as you mentioned, and you like it too. I know you're obviously a big gadget sucker. So.
Oh yeah.
And did you like their design? Like it had like the face and everything on it.
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of crazy inventions, what is it that our pal Doof is up to?
Well, Doofenshmirtz. He's seemingly
with no jingles this week, unfortunately.
So Doofenshmirtz calls a plumber. I love the plumber rant on Doofenshmirtz, by the way. I just love the thing. Like, he was there for 15 seconds, and I was talking through most of that time.
And he's like, oh, fix the sink that you fixed last week, by the way.
And then, of course, like the whole plumber's crack gag. Like,
oh
God.
Who wants to see that? Like what? He's like, you're done already? You've only been here for like 15 seconds. I was talking for half of that. What kind of plumber are you? A platypus plumber? Perry the platypus plumber?
Perry the platypus! Oh, God, such an adventure. I love all that. Anyway, so then we reveal that Doofenshmirtz has been he's been stockpiling all the paper in Danville practically, but he's not a hoarder.
No, of course not. And the whole platypus gag is like that's like probably the funniest Perry the platypus gag. He's like, a platypus? Perry the platypus plumber?
He eventually got there. He earned more like he paid for his evil medical degree. He got it.
Yep. Yep. So Doofenshmirtz's plan.
Okay, so I love how we introduced Doofenshmirtz's plan this episode
with like an old timey infomercial.
The birth of an inator film.
With an old timey infomercial narrated by Corey Burton.
Yes.
The birth of an inator. Important inventions throughout history, like the wheel, the light bulb, the popsicle with 2 sticks.
Love the popsicle with 2 sticks.
So you can share them with a friend.
Not personally, but I appreciate the reference of the popsicle 2 sticks. I've tried the popsicle 2 sticks. I don't know. Then, mind you, I had to eat them myself, so again, it was just more sad than it is like a reflection on the product. But
Yeah.
This is more inconvenient than it is like, hey, let's share.
Like, here you go. Thank you. Oh.
All my popsicles are singles.
Mine too, Dragon. Mine too.
But they are delicious, though, especially lime ones.
Is lime your favorite one?
Oh yeah, Jacob. Yes, if Jacob, in a perfect world, I get just like the all lime box.
A popsicle brand popsicles.
Well, of like Friendlies. Here's the only one that makes like a good lime popsicle is like the Friendlies, like the Friendlies brand of popsicles.
I don't know if they have that near me.
As I'm saying, the only other time you can find like an all lime box is like it's like the Outshine, like actual it's like the actual fruit juice thing where it's like, man, it's like it's not like a popsicle. It's just like it's all like it tastes weird.
You mean those like long like plastic tubes with the juice inside and you freeze them?
I mean, I've seen those, but I was thinking more of it's like a weird like organic thing they have for these things. They're not they don't taste, they don't have the consistency of like, it's not crystallized like like fruit juice like it's supposed to be. It's like some weird like moist thing. It's not good.
Well, another thing that I've referring to is like those. It's like these long like like these long plastic tubes. They're filled with like different kinds of juices, like like grape. I believe there's lime one.
Mm-hmm.
You freeze like orange, for example, and you freeze them, and they're not like popsicles, but they're
Oh, you
basically
mean
like
the pouch? You mean the little pouch thing?
the long pouch. Yeah,
Yeah, I know those. Yeah, those I've had. Those are good, but they're still not a popsicle. Those are good.
I know they're not a popsicle, but they're close proximity, I guess.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought you were
Like
talking about like something like on a stick. Well, no, you're just talking about the pouches, though. Yeah, those. Yeah, I know those.
you put a stick in it. You could put a stick in it. Basically, becomes a popsicle.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Like, have you ever considered making your own popsicle?
Do you remember the Dexter's Lab episode that taught you how to make your own popsicles?
I do not remember that episode.
Oh, really?
No,
It was
unfortunately,
like
I
the whole
don't.
thing of like Dee Dee like walks you through how to make like the like put the toothpick in like you take the ice tray you fill with the fruit juice and then
I
you
was
put
like,
you put
well,
the little
or
toothpick in there.
you cover with like plastic wrap, and then you stick the thumb the toothpick in.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember something like that.
Yes.
Was it an actual episode or just like an ad? It was like an ad or something.
Well, it's like well, not an ad, but it was like a little like a short that was in like one. It's like
It was
like a little addendum like you have in the episode, like a little like something like almost like a break between the episodes or something.
I remember something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember quite a few episodes. Like speaking of ice cream, I remember thinking of like things like ice cream. I remember like the episode where he's like chasing after the ice cream man who refuses to pay Dexter, who refuses to interact with Dexter because of because he gave him a large amount of money.
God, that was a good episode.
and then it's like gave him like pennies. Like, you know how long it took me to count those? Exactly. and then there's like, okay, kid, I'll give it to you. It's like, thanks. Do you have change for 100? Ah! that was great.
Oh God! I want to go on a Dexter's Lab rant, but we don't have the time.
And of course the omelette du fromage.
Okay, now if you bring up omelette du fromage, we're gonna be here forever, Jacob. We can't.
Like how he solves basically achieves world peace by saying omelette du fromage.
The power of the omelet, kids.
And the French are like, omelet with cheese?
All right, well, if it works for them.
So, Dragon, what's the ranch you want to brief ranch you want to go on with Dexter?
The home video release of Dexter is abysmal.
How so?
Well, the fact that it's non-existent. They only did like the Hall of Fame collection. So basically, all the classic Cartoon Network shows got this Hall of Fame thing where pretty much all of them, like for example, Johnny Bravo, you buy the first season on DVD essentially, but none of the rest. And similar thing with Dexter's Lab, the original show. But again, unfortunately, with Johnny Bravo and Dexter's Lab, especially Dexter's Lab, the first 2 seasons are what you want. But you can't get that second season.
Oh God!
Probably not Ego Trip either. And unfortunately, overseas is like the only time you get like the complete series or anything. And I think I'm so tempted. I just kind of want to get the first season of Dexter so I can have it, period, because they got rid of it on HBO Max. Not there anymore. Ed and Eddie's still there, thank goodness.
They don't have Dexter's Lab on Max?
They had it, but they got rid of it.
Oh God!
Curse you, Zaslav!
Did he make that decision?
It was while he was there that happened. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he directed
while he was there. Is he gone now?
But I'm sorry. When Zaslav got, I'm pretty sure when he got there, it's like so while Zaslav is there, but it's speculated he won't.
But still, yeah.
Yeah. All the same, it's the fact that it's just more of the great decision making there. We're losing all the animated, even the Cartoon Network stuff that's been on there. You could binge at one time the entirety, but now not so much. Ed and Eddie, thank goodness, even if it's on there now. If it does go away, that one at least you can buy the complete series of on DVD. So at least there's that.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, stuff like, for all we know, Codename Kids Next Door and Dexter's Lab, though. I mean, Codename Kids are still on there. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know if it's still on there. It might still be on there. I would hope so, but might not be. I think it's still there. But you see my point, okay? The point being, like, the home video thing is like we're getting so close. Why can't we like? Who would just release the one season versus like let's put the entire series on there so someone could buy. I don't even want the latter two seasons of Dexter. I want the first two seasons.
Yeah, who knows?
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, Disney doesn't really do well with the home releases either.
they're
But
even worse. It's even worse on the Disney side.
at least they have a majority of their stuff on Disney Plus.
Yes, but that's the thing. It's like the majority, but not everything. And even when they do have everything, I mean, still, what about the people who don't have Disney Plus? There's still money on the table. We're so slow. How is they're now finally getting around to putting out the series, but it's going at a snail's rate.
I don't know, Drake.
They hate money over there at Disney, it would seem.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. All right, let's get it. Let's move on from this.
Phineas and Ferb franchise the business.
Yes, they franchised the lemonade stand, which Candace and her funk doesn't even notice until she's in one and talking to Buford.
Yep.
She doesn't even notice then. It's like, and Buford's like, I had to find a friend once. I had to find a squid. It's like Candace taking basically nothing from what he said. It's like, well, you're just gonna say I gotta apologize to Stacy and she'll take me back. It's like, oh sure, it's all about you. Buford's always delightful.
Yep, I love when he's crying when the stand coses.
Like,
that animation just cracks me up.
He's like, oh, go on, get out of here. We're closed. Buford's more sensitive than he lets on.
I just love how I love the sound of him crying. I love like the smoothness of the animation there. It's flawless.
You like watching kids cry, Dragon?
No, I love seeing Buford. Buford just cracked me up the way he did that.
It is funny though. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed at that too. Yeah. It's like so. So what happens next? It's like over at so Doofenshmirtz loads up first off he traps Perry in toilet paper, but accidentally unravels it. It's like, how'd you get out of that? That's 2-ply. But then like he loads a single piece of paper into the papercut-inator. And his whole plan is to basically sell Band-Aids.
Yep, corner the market on Band-Aids.
Adhesive bandages as their because technically, did you know that technically all these shows aren't allowed to use the word Band-Aid?
Wait, really?
Yeah, because Band-Aid is the name Band-Aid is actually a brand. It's a trademark term.
It's a good point. I never thought about that.
It's like Band-Aid itself is a trademark term. Like medical bandage, adhesive bandage, that stuff is fine. But that's why you never hear shows refer to them as Band-Aids specifically.
The more you know. Bum, 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 bum.
And learning is half the battle.
Yeah.
Like, who said that? Dragon, we can be educational at times.
Yep.
So he loads it. So he loads that, and it only fires off one measly bit of scrap of paper.
And Perry jams it
with a plunger.
And okay, this Jacob, you know what time it is.
It's Grady Reboot time.
Jacob, need I say more? We hope happen. I mean, they're doing it themselves at this point. Okay,
it's pretty graphic as it is.
Yeah, I mean that's the only. Here's the thing: you only need to do a slight edit to this scene. Okay, so Doofenshmirtz is cut the ribbons, covered in paper cuts, which already horrible thing that happened when even just one paper cut, but just seeing the whole body covered in paper cuts.
Just be glad it wasn't cardboard.
Yeah,
cardboard cuts are bad too. That wore jacket.
Yeah. Wait, really?
I mean, I think so. I've always had more pain with cardboard cuts than paper cuts. Well, they cut deeper. That's the thing.
Right.
But go on with that Gritty Reboot.
But yeah, so just Doofenshmirtz cut the ribbons. Only we kind of like play it. We play in like real time here. Or okay, just imagine this is the most horrific version of it. Okay, so plunger jams is like, you're jamming my inator, and then like there's everything's there, and then a moment passes, and like the paper dust clears, and you have Doofenshmirtz cut the ribbons, and he then, as he falls, it's just pools and this pool of red.
Oh god.
And Periplatypus is like kind of like backing up in horror, like, oh god, what have I done? I just wanted to stop the innate. I didn't know it would do this.
Yep.
Just watches like just Heinz bleed out in his last moments, like, bury the platypus. Why? And he's just like conks out, and he's dead. And Vanessa just comes home with a lemonade, like, Dad, Dad.
Oh god.
She's holding him and just trying to keep pressure on. But there's so many gods. What do I keep pressure on? Oh, Dad, why? Who did this? And she swears revenge on Perry the Platypus, and she makes it her life's mission to make him pay for this horrific, like, death by 1,000 cuts that he did to her father.
Oh yeah, death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of all that, the lone paper cut from earlier actually ends up cutting the hand of Phineas and Ferb's robot.
Okay, admittedly, that's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I knew you'd call that out.
The robots! It's the dumbest thing. Come on. Like, that's complete. Throw it up. Throw up the other one.
It's the sneezing robot all over again.
Dan, Swampy, guys, what the heck? It's a robot. Okay, you already look. You cut Doofenshmirtz to ribbons. You show consequence on a living person. There's a robot. Even if you animate or give the robot human characteristics like Norm the robot, for example, guess what? Norm, robot, cannot get a paper cut, okay? Rock, paper, scissors, only the rock is metal, okay? It's just come on, guys. It's like that. Of all the ways, well, I was expecting like a valve or something to be cut. Okay, but really, cut the giant mechanical thumb. It's like, guys, you're better than this, man. Look at this. Look at all this good stuff you're doing between these two episodes. And this is where you stumble. Last episode, you destroyed the space-time continuum to do a reset button. That's ingenious. That's inspired. But here, the robot got a paper cut. Guys, when you...
But not just a paper cut. The paper cut was fun. It was the lemon juice that got into the cut.
I know. So already nightmare fuel. But regardless, guys, it's the fact that... Okay, I'm just going to say this, Daniel, Jeffrey. Look, guys.
I thought you were going to go with Dan's real full name.
Look, guys.
His middle name is Kingsley, by the way.
Daniel Kingsley.
Povenmire.
Daniel Kingsley Povenmire.
Yes.
Mark my words. When you come back for this revival, I expect no more robotic paper cuts. This is unacceptable, and it will not stand. You're on notice, sir. You too, Swamp. Stop cowering in that corner and look at me like a man.
Jeffrey Kent Marsh.
Jeffrey Kent Marsh.
We're elevating them to middle names now.
You're gonna be in so much trouble if I see a robot get a paper cut and lemon juice falls in that little cut. Okay, robots are not people. Let's put it on a board. Let's write it on the wall. Not the wall, because you have to clean that up afterwards. Let's write on the chalkboard. Robots aren't flesh and blood, okay?
That's rude, Dragon. I'm just kidding. It's true.
It's entirely possible. It's very true. Okay.
I don't know. I've never seen iRobot.
Anyway,
yeah.
All right, that's the end of our lecture.
Yep. It's like, boys. So it's like, so yeah, that's what shuts off the supply of the lemonade.
BS.
Yeah, I knew you'd. Yeah, like I saw that, I was like, yeah, he's gonna call that out.
Yeah.
It's the sneezing robot all over again.
Exactly. Jacob, they got a problem, man. They got a real problem with like just they don't get it, man. They don't understand how robots work at all.
I mean, they have norms, so
Again, like Norm's the exception, but even then, if you really want to put on a fine tooth comb, again, Norm keeps his functionality keeps changing each episode.
That's the whole point of
He
Norm.
runs on hamsters.
Squirrels.
Sorry, squirrels. He runs on squirrels. He's a mech.
Okay, but aside from that, Candace finally realizes, and she realizes what's going on, and finally sees both Linda and Stacy, and ultimately it comes to an ultimatum. Does she bust her brothers, or does she go with Stacy? And we all know what happens. She goes with Stacy anyway.
Yep.
Which is
she elected to bust her brothers, but the space-time continuum is still unstable, so then just reset itself again.
For all we know.
Like there you go. It never got repaired. So every time Candace actually does win, but then fate has other plans.
Yep. The whole universe is against her.
Yeah, they could make a movie out of that, Jacob.
Funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
And
that'd be silly. Who would ever make a movie like what two bozos would ever make a movie about that?
And what bozos would talk about it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like some desperate sad sex. I mean, I don't know.
And Kogi points out this episode proves that Candace actually cares about Stacy.
Yes, we all care about Stacy.
Oh yeah, she does. We do see a lot more of her as the series goes on.
As we should.
And there's even a very important status quo change involving her later in the fourth season, near the end of the fourth season.
She dates Jeremy.
No.
Thank God.
Like, Dragon, I'm not to spoil anything, but something happens this season involving Jeremy.
Yeah.
And at the end of this season, something happens with that.
We hit him with a car.
No, he's still alive.
Well, it doesn't mean he was hit by a car. I'd say he was run over by a car.
He didn't get hit by a car.
All right, thank God.
He doesn't, as far as I remember, he doesn't suffer any major injuries.
All right, good.
But what you're expecting, Dragon, happens within this season.
Okay, good.
As I think I've mentioned that before, but something different happens with Perry. Like, in the fourth season, they've kind of started including a lot more continuity. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
Like, especially in like the third and fourth seasons. But speaking of Vanessa, as we mentioned her earlier, it's always good to see Vanessa as well. I know you're always excited to see Vanessa.
I do love me some Vanessa.
It's like, yeah, but her voice actress is coming to GalaxyCon and Animate in July.
Well, you know who you gotta see.
Yep, Rob Paulson. Yep, Rob Paulson. So
you walk up to him, you say, "I chose you over Vanessa. Make this worth it."
Let's just face it, Rob Paulson would be worth it.
Was walking up to him. Okay, Paulson, dazzle me. I'm losing precious Vanessa time right now.
It's like, let's just face it though, Rob Paulson would be worth it.
I want a Narf, darn it.
It's like, do you think, Dragon admitted, Rob Paulson would be worth it?
No, he absolutely would be worth it.
If you had to choose between Rob Paulson and Olivia Olsen, you'd probably go with Rob Paulson.
Well, of course I'd go with Rob Paulson, yeah.
It's like, and I'm still trying to decide if I do go see him, what character to have him sign.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Vanessa comes in with the lemon. Hey, Dad, you gotta try this new lemonade. He accidentally splashes it on Doof's paper cuts.
Yep. The platypus. Dad, he's not here.
I know, but it's still his fault. Oh, God. And that ends the episode.
Yeah.
It's like, so there's a lesson for you folks. Don't get lemonade in your paper cuts.
Nope.
Or salt, for that matter, either.
Well, don't do that.
And another lesson from an unrelated show, also don't make lemonade with your socks.
Well, unless you want to be, well, if you want to be financially successful, I guess you could try that.
Well, I mean, it seemed to work out for them.
Yeah, no, it worked out for everyone, yeah.
Yep, including Dale Dimmadome.
Yeah, gave him a reunite with his long-lost son.
Dale is the son.
Oh, sorry, his long-lost father.
Yep. That episode was weird.
It was, okay, here's another thing. Think about how many animated shows where we put like feet into like they have the Proud Family and you have Fairly Odd Parents where you put like the secret ingredient involves feet.
Oh, God.
One with the magical sock, the other one with like Sugar Mama's foot. She puts in the Proud Snack.
Oh, God.
And then you have like something like, reminds me of Billy Mandy with those super delicious cookies that have like bugs in them.
That's gross.
Yep.
I mean, then again, that's probably better than the feet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't want to try either one.
No. I gotta be honest though. I'm gonna throw this at you, okay? The cookies in the Billy Mandy episode.
I don't remember. I think I remember them.
One, very well animated, very great food animation on those cookies. They did look very tantalizing.
We here, if you still want to be an Imagineer, are big fans of food animation.
Yes, our kitchen can draw.
Okay. And what was the other thing about the cookies?
Well, yes, the other thing about the cookies is that look, I mean, that one's more of like a netherworld sort of thing, where it's like if you didn't know the ingredients that went into that, like the other thing is like, okay, it's actually like someone sticking a foot in there. The other one's like, okay, it's like otherworldly ingredients. So if you just never ask like what's in it, it's like you never know. It's like a witch's brew of like a like a concoction to make the cookie. So I think comparatively that's less bad, compared to like sweaty magical socks.
I mean, for all we know, fairy sweat isn't anything like actual human.
See, that's the thing. So in comparison, if you had to tier them, I mean, it's probably going to be, in terms of best to worst, it's probably going to be like the cookies, the Fairly Odd Parents lemonade, and then the Sugar Mama Proud Snack. Because when you have that one's like, okay, that one's just very unsanitary. It's like a 6-year-old like human lady's foot.
It's like I feel like half this chamber spent time about cartoons that aren't Phineas and Ferb. Yep, sorry about that. This show just brings back these memories of other cartoons.
Some of which Pop and I worked on.
Yep. He didn't work on Billy and Mandy. I don't really think he did much of anything for Cartoon Network.
Well, if he applied himself, he could.
It's like I don't think he actually did much for Cartoon Network.
No, he didn't.
Like and like he did obviously a lot of stuff for Nickelodeon and Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And some of that stuff has aired on Cartoon Network.
There you go. It's all relative.
But he has done work for Warner Brothers though, so in a roundabout way, he's done something for that. Like he worked on some of the Looney Tunes shorts in the 2000s. I think he also did some work on the Scoob movie too, like before it got massively retooled. The new Scoob movie.
Yeah.
As in the one that was actually released, not the one that was canned by Zaslav.
Mm-hmm.
His name, you can even see his name in you can actually still see his name in the movie.
Yeah.
So if you see some of his videos, he's actually walking around with a Warner Animation Group hat. So yeah, he's done work for a lot of places, which is pretty impressive.
Yep.
All right. So, any closing thoughts?
I think we got it.
Yep. It's like, go ahead. I don't know what you're referring to, Aquatad, but yes, you did come back to something. All right. We were talking about disgusting food snacks, disgusting cartoon snacks. It's like, fortunately, this lemonade was probably more delicious than any of that stuff. So thank you, Aquatad, Code Geass, for joining us this evening, and thank you all for watching on VOD. When this goes on the actual channel. So join us next week for the Recap-inator, where the boys build a big, gigantic maze. Doofenshmirtz is in space again. And then the boys also help Lawrence become an 80s musical has-been star. Good night, everybody.
Vote Candace.